did find his LinkedIn, but whatever. So,
But whatever. She stalked the fuck out of this man.
Oh, I did find his entire family on Facebook.
Oh,
I forgot about that part.
I forgot that part when you sent me a picture of his fucking cousin. And I said, hey, let's reel it in.
Welcome back to Gin and Toxic Season 3. Bow, 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 bow. Episode what?
Hold on, guys.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah! It's a chalkboard. Isn't that crazy?
We have a chalkboard this season. Bow, 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 bow.
We're so fucking back.
We're so back. I don't know, like, we were just saying we don't know, like, how to act or, like, what to say, because, like, it's been a long time.
I forgot how to do this.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we did a fucking Welcome Back to Gin and Toxic.
We haven't recorded since February.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm first day back of recording in our new studio, which we'll get into in a sec, and I barely have a voice. I lost it this weekend talking to so many men, which we'll get into. We were saying, what were you saying? You're saying something about that we haven't recorded since February.
Since February. This was a very, very long break, but we're so back, baby. You don't even know.
Oh my God. We're so back and we're so excited. Because this is the first episode, we're going to kind of give you guys just like a rundown of like, you know, what you could expect. We're obviously going to get you guys caught up on everything that has happened since February because
so much has happened.
But
the lore goes crazy, bro.
You know, the lore of like summer 2024 goes insane.
What a summer. It really
what
was.
A summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually so insane. But what should we start with first? Maybe our new space?
Sure.
Yeah.
I was going to go in a different direction.
Where were you going to go?
The most important news of all is that we're both single, and we will get there.
We're going to loop back around to that, but
we'll be circling back.
Yeah, we're going to make a more dramatic, like, we're single. We're going to
get to the space, though.
Right, let's get the easy peasy things out of the way. So, our space, as you guys could see, this is extremely different than last season.
Yes.
The Gin and Toxic studio last season, if you guys recall, you couldn't tell from the video, but I think we spoke about it a few times. The last season, the G&T studio was literally just a wall in my bedroom.
Christina's apartment.
It was literally my apartment. It was basically a G&T studio with a bed in it for me to sleep in. And so this season we really wanted to do something where we would have like a completely separate workspace that we could like really make our own. Also I'm moving out of my apartment, so that's like a whole thing too. But regardless, we were like, we should try and find something else. And sorry, my fucking phone keeps vibrating. It's going crazy. It's distracting me. It's fucking Fabrizio and Avery.
Of course.
Besties. But yeah, we were like, let's try and find a little studio space we can make our own. And one of our really good friends, Noah,
shout out Noah.
Yeah, shout out
Love
to Noah.
You so much.
He has this space that he shares with like a bunch of other like, you know, New York City creatives and like basically like photographers and shit. Like,
yeah, we're the only girlies in here.
We're the only girls in the studio, but Noah was like,
and it
hey,
shows.
Yeah, no, if you guys one day we might show you what we're surrounded by right
Maybe
now.
Not.
You wouldn't believe it. Maybe not.
It's a little crazy.
Maybe when we move to a different studio, we'll show you guys what is behind the camera. But we took over this little corner. We literally were like, guys, we're coming in. We're getting all of our own shit. We're like making it girly.
There will be a pink rug. You can't really see it, which is sad.
Yeah,
but it's
you'll
a
be
pink
able to
furry
see it.
rug.
Yeah, you'll be able to see it when we have guests on because the camera lens will be like wider and you'll be able to see the rug. We have a big furry pink rug. We put chalkboard wallpaper up
so I can draw his dick size on here for you.
For scale.
For scale.
For scale.
Obviously.
And so we could just write stupid stuff like, season 3, episode 1. And most importantly, write the nicknames of all the characters of season 3.
True.
Guys, we
Forgot
have
about
unlocked.
that. There's so many
have unlocked
characters.
so many
I've been
characters.
single for an entire year. Like, do you know how many fucking characters there
Yeah.
are? It's crazy.
We have unlocked so many characters, and we want to write all their nicknames on the wall for you guys. So we have the G&T sign. You guys remember this from the last studio, of course. And now some chalkboard wallpaper to do some writing. We got these new couches. I went out today. I got all these pink little pillows. We got our little ghost because when we're filming this, it's right before Halloween. It's like a knockoff Jellycat I found at Marshall's, but I thought she was cute, and she's pink. So
I'm obsessed with her, quite frankly.
I know. Oh, and in classic G&T fashion, we had to wear pink for the first episode.
Duh.
So we're pink. But yeah, no. So that's the deal with the studio. So welcome to our new studio. If you guys like it, then great. If you don't, literally don't watch the video.
It's a
portion
game changer for us having
Yeah.
a studio and like having like a space to come to that's just for the show. It's
Yeah.
so nice.
Exactly. And even we're able to like come here too, like if we ever want to just like work on random stuff and
Yeah.
use it. Also, it's nice
Photo
because
studio and like all the equipment's here. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also nice to have a place. Our studio's in Manhattan and we both live in Brooklyn. So it's nice to have a space in both areas.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's the deal with that. But some things don't change. We still are chugging our Red Bulls.
Yep.
Wearing our little headphones.
Classic.
And we're still whores.
Yeah.
So
Really?
maybe.
You'll have to find out.
I've been emotionally a whore, not physically.
Same.
I'm getting there.
I'm throwing my fucking feelings around the city like it's my job.
Yeah, I'm like making every man fall in love with me. I'm just having a good
And I've had like
time.
one man over this entire year, so.
No, that's why I say we're whores emotionally at the moment because like I also
Trying to have a crush.
I had a peck with well, you know what?
A peck is crazy.
a peck with one guy and a make out with the other, but we should get into that.
Who'd you
I'll
peck?
save that for Pie Guy.
Period.
And then made out for like 5 seconds with
Right.
the owner of Greenpoint before I got in my Uber.
Can you believe?
Can you believe? But I know you guys have a lot of questions, so I don't even know what else to say.
So
Yeah,
why don't
we're
you just go ahead and hit him with the lore?
I know. I mean, yeah, we got our little note because we wanted to be like usually we never script anything for the show,
Yeah.
but sometimes we have like notes right now. This episode we were like we have so much to update you guys on, and even everything that we want to update you guys on, I don't think it's even going to be in this one episode. And
There's
also
like
a lot of
12
these are
boys,
like
You're getting one.
right. A lot of these are like ongoing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah,
next
yeah.
week is gonna be like a whole new set of lore. So, but we did write down kind of like everything that we would like to hit in the first episode based
Yes.
on what you guys want us to get you caught up on and just what we,
And
even
we
if you guys
gave
don't care, I
you-
don't give a fuck.
No,
I need
exactly.
to tell you.
And
That's
we
my
gave
this is my
you
outlet.
all we had in those last seasons. Like I
Yeah.
needed this year off to gather more lore. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
I had given it all to you.
No,
And that we
exactly.
did. So Christina, go right ahead.
Yeah. Well, as Lily said, before, we are both single.
We're both
which
single.
is
Does anyone
crazy.
understand how monumental that is?
This is insane. We've never both been single on this show at the same time.
Well, I was thinking about that earlier because when season 1, I'm taking y'all back right now. When you and NYU Big Dick broke up,
yeah.
I technically was single with you for like St. Patty's Day, like that time, but
Yeah.
I had already met Workbay.
Yeah.
And I was fucking locked in.
No, I
So
know.
even though I was single, I had a crush heavily.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count. And that was the only other time.
Yeah. No, exactly.
So we are having, guys, this has been the best.
Yeah. It has
time of
been
my life.
fun.
Like,
it has been so much fun.
fucking fun.
Yeah. So it's just big news. Big news. So yeah. We're both single. So we left off season 2 with Lily and Workbay breaking up. What? Like the episode, our last episode?
Yeah. Second to last episode. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that, which
yeah.
goes even deeper. So we'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, so season 2 ended basically with, like the second to last episode, Lily and Workbay broke up. But as you guys know, I was dating Big Jeans when season 2 ended. And by the way, for context, obviously, if anybody's new here, season 2 ended in, as we said, February
Yes.
or March.
Yep. Yeah, February.
Yeah, February. So I was dating Big Jeans. In fact, he like just asked me out. Like it was like we were dating for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something.
Yes.
Remember he asked
y'all
me out?
had been seeing each other for. I was also thinking about that today. Like, yeah, you guys became official beginning of the year, but you guys were seeing each other for like a year.
Yeah, I started talking about him at the end of July of 2023.
Yeah, and you broke up
February.
August.
Oh, we broke up. Oh, I'm getting
September.
To that.
You were together
September.
for over a year, essentially.
Yeah, we were basically, when you put everything together, like we made it quote unquote official in February of this year, but we were seeing each other since like late July dash like August of 2023. So we were basically together for like over a year. But yeah, so as we said, I'm single. So what the fuck happened with Big Jeans? Okay, honestly, guys, this isn't really, I know you guys are hoping probably for some like juice. This isn't really that juicy, which I wish I had
I'll
more
take the
for you
cake
guys.
on that.
What?
I'll take the cake for
no.
the juicy breakup.
The juicy breakup will be Lily for today. But yeah, okay. So like I said, me and Big Jeans started dating officially when the last season ended, and we dated the entire summer. And so like Lily said, we broke up. So we're recording this October 21st. We broke up like a month ago.
Yeah.
A month and a half ago now. I don't know. It was like,
ago.
yeah, it was like the like third week of September, because I remember he was like away on vacation. Then when he got back, we broke up like the next day, and that was like the third week of September or something. So yeah, about a month ago, we broke up. Honestly, like, I mean, there was a few things that went into this, but long story short was that like we just kind of ended up discovering that we weren't compatible romantically, and it just like wasn't working. Like he kind of just felt like my best friend over my like lover, and it just felt like we weren't dating anymore. It just wasn't working. And I mean, there were a few things. Transparently, here's your like quote unquote tea with this. I did say I love you to him for the first time in May.
Shit, we're fucking dropping it. Let's go.
This was like kind of a big thing.
Well, of course it was.
Yeah. Well, it was more of like, so I said I love you to him in May. So we started dating in February. I said I love you first in May, and he never said it back ever. Like even up until when we broke up. But then when we broke up, we were kind of talking about it and realized that he was like, I think what I realized was that I was never like in love with you, but I have like a lot of love for you like as a person. And I actually kind of agreed. I think maybe at the time I was even getting it. I don't know if either I was getting it confused, because I thought I was pretty fucking sure when I told him I love you, because like I have been through this before. He had never had a girlfriend before me, so he didn't really know kind of what that felt like. In the end, he kind of made his own conclusion, and I was like, yeah, I agree with that. At the end, I definitely was not in love with him, but rather have a lot of love for him. So yeah, was actually quite hilarious.
This was iconic.
Yeah, I went to go break up with him. He went on like a trip, and then he got back, and the day after I went to his apartment, like I called him, I was like, I gotta come over, like I gotta talk to you, blah 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 blah. So I went to his apartment, and I start like crying, because it was really hard for me, because I do have so much love for him. But it's
breakups
just like,
suck no matter
yeah,
what.
it was just a classic case of good guy, but not your guy, like not my guy. So I was like crying, like being like, this isn't working, like I gotta break up, blah 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 blah. And then I'm like in the middle of crying, telling him that, and he was literally like, oh my God, Christina, like please do not worry, like it's fine. He was like, I was literally planning on breaking up with you this week also.
You
like,
gotta love it.
Yeah, and I was like, you're joking, and he's like, no, I'm dead serious. And then we started just
we weren't
laughing
sure
hysterically,
like how he was gonna react.
Yeah,
like that was the whole thing. He's a really nice, sweet guy, and he's like no drama, so we weren't worried about him like fucking exploding or anything like that. But I was like, is he gonna be like devastated? But then we were also like, surely he also doesn't think this is going well. Like,
yeah, like I had like a gut feeling that like he felt the same.
Yeah,
but also in the past,
there's always a chance.
So
though.
blindsided by him. Like when I told him that I liked him, like I had like an actual crush on him, and like I didn't want to just be like fuck buddies. Basically, I was so sure that he was gonna be like, yes, I have a crush on you too. Let's like do this, and he wasn't sure. And then like when I said I love you to him, I was so sure he was gonna say it back, and he didn't. And like I mean,
He's
he
not
felt
like
really
most
bad
guys.
about that, obviously, but he's not like most guys.
He's really fucking not.
No.
He is a wild
He's really
card,
not.
bro.
No, exactly,
Holy
wild
moly.
card. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go into this. Like, my gut told me that he kind of felt the same, but also I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna try and take any guesses because Jesus Christ, this man has thrown me off so much in the past. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So that was that, but no, luckily he felt the exact same. And the thing though is that, like I said, he had never dated anybody before me, and he was in Paris like right before we broke up, and he was there staying with a friend, and he was saying that he was even talking to that friend being like, I feel so bad because like me and Christina aren't working, but like I need to break up with her, but I don't know how without like hurting her feelings. But he also felt like maybe I felt the same, but he wasn't sure. It was a whole thing. And so we just laughed it off, honestly. And then in the end, when there was like nothing else left to say, then we just started crying and we're like, wow, this really sucks. But yeah, that was that. And then like a week later, he came to my apartment just to drop some stuff off to me and to pick up some stuff of his. And we talked again. Yeah, exactly. We talked again, just being like, you know, this was totally the right decision. Like, I wish you all the best. And we even went over like some of the stuff that like did bother us during the relationship. It was almost like an exit survey.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you know, it was kind of funny. The exit survey of the relationship.
Crazy.
It was so funny. But yeah, no, that was that. And then it was so weird though, because like after we broke up, I was really, really sad like that week. Not because I missed him or I wanted him back or anything, just because breakups suck. So I was really sad. But then
when you go from talking to someone every day to like cold turkey, not at all.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's the weirdest feeling.
Yeah, no.
I like hated my ex and I was like, this is so bizarre. Like,
yeah, no, exactly.
weird.
It just feels so different.
It's not normal.
Yeah. So I was like really upset, but then he came over to my apartment, like I said, to like get his stuff and drop off and whatever. And after we had that conversation, I remember we broke up on a Monday. The following Monday he came over, and that like whole week, Monday to Monday, I was really upset. That Monday, the following Monday, he came over to like get his stuff, whatever. We had like a 2-hour conversation that was exit survey. And then he left and I cried it out after he left. And then Tuesday, I remember waking up and just feeling like on top of the world. And that feeling has not gone away. Yeah. No,
Sing
literally.
Sing it with me now.
What was it? I'm picking it up. Picking it up.
Like, period.
Yeah, no. So I just like, that Tuesday, I just remember waking up. I spoke to my life coach about it, and then I just have not cried about it since. And I've just felt like really fucking good. And
yeah, you've
I
been
also
crushing
like,
it.
Yeah, no, I mean, both of us, honestly, were just so checked out of the relationship before it even ended.
And it was just weighing on you, like, oh, I have to break up with him. How am I going to break up with him? Should I break up? Like, that was weighing on you. I can tell you have like a weight off of you.
Yeah, no, it was just like a lot. So yeah, I mean, both of us were kind of checked out of the relationship realistically for like 2 months before it even ended. At least I know I kind of was.
Yeah, it was cooked for a while.
Yeah, but that was that. But yeah, so broke up. And I've been single since. And I kind of honestly, I bounced back really quickly because I was checked out. Like, I literally, like...
Yeah, that happened to me.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Like, a few days after we broke up, I, like, got hit on by this guy in the street. We'll get to it. But I got hit on by this man in the street. And then, like, a few days after that, I went on a date with him because I felt, like, perfectly, like...
Yep.
Fine. Like, I didn't feel like I was like mourning a breakup or like a relationship or anything. So yeah, I felt totally fine since. But yeah, so shout out to Big Jeans.
Shout out to Big Jeans.
Shout out to Big Jeans. Long live Big Jeans.
Long live Big Jeans.
Yeah, me and him are totally cool. That's like pretty much that. We're just not. Oh yeah, but we also did decide like we're gonna go no contact for a indefinite amount of time.
Yeah.
Just until we felt better. But like, I mean, I feel like by this point, if he were to hit me up, if he were to text me right now, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, it'd be
whatever.
fine. It would just
like,
be random more than anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like we were friends with those people, but we're not really anymore. So it's not like I used to be like, oh, we're gonna run into him and we're gonna see him at things and whatever. But I feel pretty detached from his friend group now. So.
Yeah, no, because his friend group was also Workbay's friend group. So you know, obviously when Lily and Workbay broke up, it's like Lily. You know, I was like, some of them you talk to, some of them you don't. And then when me and Big Jeans broke up, I mean, I just like, honestly, there is nobody like, I don't know who's listening to this,
I know,
but there's just, you know, I mean, like, realistically, there's nobody like on his side of friends that like really like crushed me that like I was never going to be able to speak to again or anything. Because also it wasn't like
So
that
real.
type of breakup. First of all, it
Yeah.
wasn't that type of breakup. But second of all, like I know my people. Like I feel like I really know my people by this point. Like, and as lovely as some of his friends were, I just don't think those were my people, and I think that's like totally fine.
Yep.
And that's just kind of how I feel about it. And if anything, since then, all my like relationships have really like solidified even more. And you know, I just know who my people are. I don't know, and I feel very
100%.
like I feel fine about that. Like you know,
I think I was trying to force it with some of them a little bit, and then true colors were shown, and now I'm like, I know my people.
Yeah,
Period.
exactly. So that's that. But yeah, no, so that's exactly what happened with Big Jeans. No more Big Jeans. R.I.P. We killed him off in season 2. Well, I guess
Had
we're
to
killing him
go.
off beginning of season 3.
Had to go.
Had to
I'm
go.
Sorry.
But I mean, next up is you. Very contrary to my boring breakup, Lily's.
Couldn't be me.
Lily's got
Couldn't
spicy.
be me. If I could
after-
just have one moment of peace in my fucking life, that would be awesome.
Lily's got spicy after
I
the season
do.
ended. So where the fuck do you want to start?
That's a great question, Christina. Well, so yeah, like I said, when we broke up, and I don't even think I got into it at all on the last season. I just kind of said that we broke up and whatever. I had no idea what had gone on during this breakup. Okay. And honestly, I debated for months this year. I mean, for like up until like a few weeks ago, I like finally was like, I'm telling the story. I could not decide if I wanted to really tell this whole story and get into it, because when it was happening and when the months were unfolding and when I had to like really deal with it, it was pretty intense and pretty heavy. The breakup itself, literally woke up the next day like feeling amazing and feeling like I just lost dead weight and like it was the best decision of my life. But then when I found out about this recording, that was, I'm not gonna lie, like pretty fucking tough to deal with. So yeah, essentially when me and Workbay broke up, now you guys know, you were with us throughout that entire relationship. It was very up and down from the beginning.
Brother.
It was, I mean, the worst relationship. Honestly, it was brutal. Very
nightmare.
toxic. Yeah. There was like 8 months of it that were great, and then, you know, the rest of it was a fucking disaster. It's a canon event, like I don't know, but at the end of the day, I'm not telling this story to like shit on the relationship, to shit on Workbay. Honestly, it's been, we're going on a year. Like it's been a long time. I am healed. So much therapy, bro. Hugged it out with Workbay. Like me and him are honestly cool. If I saw him on the sidewalk, I would just start laughing and give him a hug. Like, we're cool. It's all good. But at the end of the day, this is my story.
Right.
And I'm going to tell it. Okay. Because it's too good. Like, I'm telling this to random people at the bar. Like,
No,
I tell my friends to tell their friends. It's so
this is my
good.
favorite lore. When we were out and I was talking to that guy literally just the other day, I turned to you. Lily's
Because
talking
I'm
to
telling
this guy.
him this story.
Yeah, Lily's talking to like this one guy. I'm talking to a different guy. Like me and him are just like hitting it off, and I'm like, you have to hear what my best friend's ex did.
This happens every night out.
Like,
every night out with
it's
everybody in the group.
best story.
Yeah. Or I'll like meet someone. They're like, I heard what your ex did. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm so glad you know my
So sick,
vulnerable
bro.
life details. Like sick. No, but it is good. It is good. So long story short, we break up. And it's like a tough conversation. I was pretty blindsided, although the last few months of the relationship had been absolute shit. But I was still a little caught off guard because like the day before he was like, I love you and I'm never going to leave you. So I was a little caught off guard. But as soon as I sat down on the bench, that you saw the bench, I could read his energy right away. I knew he was breaking up with me. And I was really like, it was like a 45 minute conversation. And at first I was kind of like, you know, emotional and like kind of trying to like work it out and whatever. And then I kind of just put my arms up and I was like, oh my God, like this is the best decision. I don't want to be with you either. Like this is such a toxic relationship, whatever. He said some pretty nasty things in the breakup, but whatever. We still somehow hugged it out. I walked away, never spoke to him again. No contact immediately. A few months went by and I get a call from a friend, one of my best friends in the world now. But at the time I met him through Workbay and he was one of his friends. We were never that close when me and Workbay were dating, but we got very close now. And he basically called me in tears. First of all, I'm looking at my phone like, hey, why is Workbay's bestie calling me? Like, this is so weird. I pick up the phone to learn that in the breakup, Workbay had a microphone under his jacket. Hello. And
it's crazy.
And he had his two buddies in the bushes of this park with a movie camera, like a full-on fucking production, like a movie camera. And they were recording and filming my breakup.
Yeah. So, like, imagine, like, two, like, little scrawny white boys hiding, emphasis on scrawny, hiding, well, not one of them, whatever, hiding in the bushes, a full-fledged movie camera.
Yeah.
No, okay, well, you didn't even, they weren't only recording you guys.
Oh, there was one camera on us and one camera on the two boys live reacting to my most vulnerable moment.
Literally filming like a reaction video, like fucking React channel. Who, like, you know, they're fucking like literally. What is that React channel called?
Yeah,
again?
no, I know what you're talking about.
Whatever, but in the bushes from afar, recording Lily and fucking Workbay breaking up.
Yeah.
And Workbay secretly has a microphone under his jacket. What?
Like, I cannot make this shit up. No words. Like, honestly, no fucking words. And I think when I first heard this, like when I got that phone call, I remember I was leaving my apartment to go hang out with my friend Callie, and I told her, and we were just like, what do you mean? Like, what? Like, we could not even like process what we had heard. And then I was able to get screenshots of this boys group chat that it was sent in, along with screenshots. I don't have the video, but I have screenshots from the video. So once I saw the visual of it, I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. And then I went back to the breakup and I thought about what we talked about. Think about your breakup, right? Like, it's, you know, anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour of like a very vulnerable conversation. We talked about like the intimate details of our relationship. We talked about my family, like my very personal health and like mental health, like all these extremely private details of my life. And to know that like these two boys were listening in real time. And then on top of that, it was sent around in like these boys group chats. God knows who saw it. I don't believe a single word that any of them fucking say. They didn't post it online, thank God. But it was sent around, and to everyone that it was sent around to, like, they came forward and talked to me, and they were like, that was weird. Like, I didn't enjoy watching that.
Yeah.
Or I watched like 30 seconds of it. When I realized what I was watching, I like immediately was like, what the fuck? So thank God, like, some people came forward and told me that. Others did not. Thank you. But the weirdest part was like, he went to break up with me and he wanted his friends to come and he was going to like record it on his phone. I guess the reason for all of this was they thought that I was going to like go crazy.
Yeah. And
which,
create
if you
some
know me,
out of it. Yeah.
That is interesting because I'm a pretty like calm person. I'm not like, I hate confrontation to begin with. So when I am confronted with it, I'm pretty like calm and level headed. And I remember in the breakup, I literally looked at him and was like, yeah, if this makes you happy, like, let's end it.
I feel like by this point that like he painted such a narrative of you with his friends and like
he
convincing
them
himself.
completely.
Even brainwashed himself into thinking like you were this like fucking like malicious person or something, when the reality of it was that you were having completely normal like freakouts like in a relationship or something because of what he was doing.
The last, like I said, the last 2 months of our relationship were very bad. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I was a perfect person in those last few months of our relationship. I was fucking cuckoo, of course, because I was getting treated like garbage. I wasn't being crazy. I was reacting.
No, exactly.
To
That's why
his
I'm like,
crazy.
Whenever a guy like says his ex is crazy, I'm like, okay, well, what did you do? Why was she crazy?
Yeah.
Like what? Like what caused that? Because most of the time, something that the other person's doing, something that fucking shit ass boyfriend's doing, is causing them to go cuckoo. You saw me in my relationship with fucking boy, if you guys remember.
So
another
not you.
Killed off.
Like who you were in that relationship.
Who the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Even you guys noticed it. You guys listening, if you guys listened when I was dating boy, I would get DMs all the time, of people being like, Christina, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who is this guy that you're dating? You know?
It was actually
crazy.
Scary. Like there was a moment in December. I had like a bit of a my mental health was the worst it had been in years. Like I could not remember a time where I was that down. And I remember like I had a night I was like by myself and I was kind of starting to like freak out because I felt a little bit out of control. And I'm like usually not like that at all. I'm very level-headed. I don't have anxiety, like nothing like that. And I was going through a period of time where I didn't recognize myself or my behavior. And it was really freaking me out. And I was like, is it all because of him? Or is this me? Like he was brainwashing me to think like it was just who I was. I don't know. It was all crazy. But yeah, they thought that I was going to react absolutely like going batshit crazy in this park and whatever. Of course I didn't. But that is where the idea came from. Okay, they thought I was going to go crazy in this park. So he had the idea to record it and bring his friends. And then his fucking friend, who I have always had issues with, probably one of my least favorite people I've ever met in this lifetime. I dislike this person more than I dislike my ex.
What did I call him
on
before?
and on and on and on about this person. He is one of the shittiest people I've ever met in New York City. And I say that like, with my chest.
What did I say before? Skinny white boy, twiggy white boy, scrawny. That's what I called before.
Scrawny white boy of all
Scrawny
time.
white boy.
He is just like pure evil. I mean, the first year I met him, I just watched him continuously cheat on his girlfriend, like, you know, encourage his friends to cheat. He's just garbage. He's a garbage human being. I'm sorry. I don't say that very often about people, but this is one of my least favorite people in the world. He is just a mean person. Like, and he has proven himself to be that over and over and over again. It was his idea to bring a movie camera to my breakup. Hey, that's insane.
That's crazy.
Like, you're getting that involved in someone else's breakup?
That's exactly. You took the words out of my mouth.
In my private life, like,
not even your own relationship.
What? Like, you're a fucking weirdo. Like, that is weirder than if Workbay had suggested it to me. Like, that is, I like have no words for that. And to just get involved in like such a private moment in my life, and like I was with him the night before the breakup as well. Remember that?
We were at the fucking comedy
we were
show.
All buddy at a comedy show together.
Yep.
And this is what killed me. For 2 months, this whole friend group knew that this was going to happen, and nobody fucking told me, and they all hung out with me like we were all best friends. It was disgusting. And the night before the planned breakup that was going to be filmed on a movie camera, I sat at a table with these boys, and they pretended to be my best friend and talked to me about life and hugged me. Hello. Like, I cannot.
No.
I cannot.
Actually psychopathic.
Yeah. So then I find out, and I won't really get into like how it was all handled too much, but I did consult a lawyer, and that's all. Like, I did get some, you know, legal stuff involved because I just felt extremely violated. I mean, like, I was sick to my stomach for weeks, not knowing who saw this video. And I mean, I talked about like my siblings and very private things that have happened in my family. And that's what I didn't give a fuck about the breakup conversation. I cared about like, oh my God, like I talked about like my medical records and my, like really personal stuff. So I was kind of bugging about that. But naturally, I did get a lawyer involved and took some legal action because I sat with it for a while. And I remember like telling my friends, and like, do you remember the night that like we were all crying about it? You were like sobbing.
Which night was
we weren't together. You were like voice memoing me and Ryan together, and we were like,
oh yeah, we weren't. Yeah,
and
I do
Big
remember
Jeans
that.
at the time was like, I don't like that you're like he was like,
oh
then he
yeah,
was upset.
oh my
then
God, yes.
Then
What'd you say?
Then he cared. I said.
Yeah, that was another thing, but whatever.
Whatever. But like seeing like my friends' reaction to it, and then I remember when I went to tell my mom. Me and my mom are kind of similar in the way where we're not very like emotional, but my mom was beside herself about this, and so was my sisters, and as they should be. We couldn't even tell my dad. My dad would have driven down to New York City and bought a gun on the fucking way.
No,
like it would have been a game over. No, I couldn't even tell my dad. Like my family was just beside themselves, and they were like, you have to do something about this. So I did take legal action. We ended up we went down that path for a while. So that was a lot. That was so emotionally draining. and just so fucking hard. And the only reason I took that path was because for a while, like, Workbay was fucking standing by what he did. And I was like, no, I need like a judge to look at him and tell him how much time he could go to prison for what he did. Because 7 years, just in case anyone's wondering.
In case anybody's wondering.
Just in case anyone's wondering.
That's my favorite. Yeah. That's my favorite part.
He said, did you know you could go to 7 years of federal prison for this? Crazy opening line. But then we ended up... But luckily, we ended up pretty much working it out between the two of us, having just like some conversations and whatnot. But it was really fucking hard, and we got through it. And like, you know, it kind of ended on the note where I told him, I was like, I could never forgive you for this at all. But like, I don't really want to deal with it anymore, and I just want to like heal and move on with my life. And that's kind of exactly what happened. Like, hugged it out and let it go, and that was that. But it's behind me now. Now it's a good story to tell.
Yeah.
And that's that. But fuck his friend, though. He's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, no, he's weird. One of them
tried
besties,
fucking talking to me 2 months ago at a party.
Yeah, no.
Hello.
That was so weird.
I mean,
so weird.
There's a lot of people, guys, like if I have beef with them, or like even if I got like cheated on by a guy, or like this or that, whatever, I can be at a party and like be civil and whatever. This,
yeah,
you violated me beyond belief. Okay, we're not doing the like, it's all good, like let's be civil.
Hi, how
thing.
are you? Like don't talk.
That
to
doesn't
me.
exist when it comes to like serious situations like this. Like it's like a funny story, and like I don't mind telling it and stuff, but then the second I like see these people, that's when I'm like, oh no, this is real and this happened to me. It's like, have you ever seen those TikToks that are like, when you remember that your lore is something that you actually had to like live through and it traumatized you? Like, yeah, that's when I'm reminded. Oh. But we saw him like 2 months ago at a party, not Workbay, his friend who filmed me, and he just tried to like, first of all, who invited him to the party and didn't tell me? Fuck you. Second of all, tries to come up to me and say hello.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, just didn't say anything. I was like, you're out of your mind. We left 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
We were like, this is so uncomfortable.
Yeah. He has no remorse. Doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, he like came up to me at a different party and was like shaking and tearing up, trying to apologize. And I was like, you're full of shit.
Yeah. Came up to me at that party also and tried like
about 6 months after it fucking happened.
Basically like cornered me in like the kitchen. Not cornered me, but it was like really awkward. I walked like into the kitchen thinking that nobody was going to be in there, and then he's like,
oh yeah,
hey Christina,
that's what he did to me.
can we talk? I was like, and I'm like, fucking I guess so.
Yeah,
but
like,
I was just like, this is just,
you're so late. Like even if they had come to me right after, fuck you, but like it was so many months later, I was like, you are a fucking weirdo. Like to do something like that and to not even take accountability. Like the friend that called me and told me about it in the first place, kudos to him. He's like one of my favorite people in the world now. But kudos to him, because the rest of their friend group knew about this and didn't tell me, and then all pretended to be my friend still. I was like, okay, that's really weird of you. But yeah, the whole thing was just unique.
Yeah. No, so that was, and then also at that party that the freaking scrawny white guy.
The barbecue?
Yeah, at the barbecue. I was going to say Workbay was there.
Yeah.
Okay, I am allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Workbay was at that barbecue also. And I just want to say, just because to make it about me for like 2 seconds, I did have so much fun bullying him that night.
You guys.
It was my favorite thing ever.
Oh my God. Christina in front of everyone was like, put a finger down if you've never had to wear an ankle monitor. He never had to wear an ankle monitor.
No, I was like, guys, let's play a game of never have I ever. Never have I ever been told by a judge that I could be facing up to 7 years in a federal prison. Like, I also went up to him at one point. I was like, hey, quick question. Where can I get like a really good movie camera? Yeah. Like a really sick movie camera.
Do you know a spot?
Like, do you know somewhere? Like, you know.
Yeah, that was a really weird time too, because I had just seen him because of the legal stuff. So we had like ended on a good note, and then we were forced to go to this party together, and we both got a little tipsy, and he was like talking my fucking ear off, and it sent me into a spiral for a few weeks because it was just like so confusing. I was just like, yes, you're somebody that I used to love, and like on top of that, like you just used to be like my best friend, and then you did this horrible thing to me. And then I just found it really disrespectful that there was people in my life even putting me in the same room as him, because I was still like very much working through a lot of things. Yeah, like not fucking cool. But Moral of the story is, no matter what a man does to your bestie, if she asks you to film the breakup, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, if Christina I don't even care if she got cheated on 10 times by a guy. If you asked me to get a movie camera and film it, I'd be like, girl, what are you talking
be like,
about?
what are you on? Like, you care too much.
Like, you, like, what
way too much
is going on? Like,
Yeah.
just don't do that.
Yeah, no, ridiculous. So,
Yeah.
yeah, Lily's lore goes deep.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come up again throughout the season. I'll probably drop some one-liners from him because there were so many things in that relationship that have not been discussed.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh, I'm sure I'll have some
Remember when my dog
too.
died? Remember when my fucking dog died?
This was during season 2, but I don't think you ever actually said this.
No, of course not. I said I love Workbay. He's literally the perfect boyfriend ever. Like our relationship is perfect. No, in December my dog died, and I texted him being like, I'm really, really sad. Like, I'm not okay. Like, I need to like see you and whatever. And he said, I'm gonna go out with the boys. And I said, okay, perfect.
And then he didn't answer you, and he ended up crashing at Skinny White Boy's apartment
and cheating on me, 100% cheating on me. Yeah. He did it when my Oma died. Love you.
So,
love you.
Long story short, the red flags are red. So,
red.
You know, don't mistake the red flags for green, people. Like, yeah.
It's never gonna happen again. The men I've been dating are so much better.
Yeah. Have they been? Because I think next we should get up to what's been going on since we've been single.
That doesn't. Okay, that was one guy, and that doesn't count. Fucking birthday cake, motherfucker.
Well, we should tell the tale because this is one of my favorite stories. Okay, we got the fucking breakups out of the way.
We sure did.
Out of the way. So obviously now you guys are like, okay, what the fuck ever? Who are you fucking and sucking these days? Which honestly, I've been fucking and sucking in the heart. And so has Lily.
Yeah, bro, me too.
Me too, in the heart. And so we're going to be talking about, we're so sick, bro. So we're going to be.
I'm for the streets.
Sucking
in my heart.
Fucking in the heart. What did I said to somebody the other day?
I brought one guy home this entire year. Fuck yeah, bro.
Fuck yeah. I said to somebody the other day, I was like, yeah, I can't suck and fuck anymore like I used to in my early 20s.
Yeah. I can't.
Unfortunately, it's not.
I have a lot of crushes, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't be sucking and fucking.
See, me and Lily are evolving because when we first started this show, when one of us would get single, we were just fucking slutting ourselves out, which hell fucking yeah.
Yeah, were we?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
I think we were talking about some crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would fuck like one guy in 6 months and like kind of keep retelling that same story.
Yeah. No, but it was always, but we just spoke a lot more vulgarly.
Oh, of course we did.
I'm still crazy. I'm still vulgar.
We were young.
We were young back then.
When we were young.
Well, honestly, Gin and Toxic launched what, 2021?
Yeah. Y'all, the difference between being 21, 22, and 25 years old.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started.
I talk to my clients like all the time, and I always say like, you are not the same person at 21 as you are at 22, as you are at 23, as you are at 24.
My frontal lobe is locked the fuck in right now.
I fully believe in the whole thing that like once you turn 25, your frontal lobe develops. Because I swear
Think about it.
to
Just
God,
look at the year we've had.
Yeah, I swear to God, the second I turned 25, everything changed. Okay. Everything changed in my mind. Just
we dumped the Bushwick men who were not serving us.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Who literally like hated us.
I'm just gonna come out. No, he didn't hate me.
No, not Big Gene. Sorry.
No, but I'm just gonna come out
friends, though.
and
They don't
say,
like me.
just for like context, never in my life will I date a man without money again. I can't. Oh my God, enough. That was fun in my early 20s. Not so much fun now. I'm looking for my husband.
Yeah. Okay. So I've seen people say this on TikTok before, right? And then there's a lot of horrible backlash. But this is what we mean.
I love a controversial opinion.
Because that's a hot take, and I agree with it. But hear me out, okay?
That I won't date a guy without money.
I heard a girl. This happened because I can't remember who it was. It was a pretty big TikToker, and she got shit on. It went so viral because she said she's a very successful entrepreneur, whatever. She said that she was in a pizza shop, and the pizza guy was super cute, and he was flirting with her, but she was like, truthfully, I don't know if I would go out with someone that worked in, had a service job like that.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I don't think that you are any less of a person or have less potential or anything of that caliber at all. But with where I am in my life, I'd like someone to be where I'm at or above.
No, what exactly?
And it's more about, because my last boyfriend, I paid for everything. I mean, the man would have been homeless without me. Hello.
Yeah, literally.
I housed him. I fed him. It was ridiculous. Okay.
Well, not the housing.
Yeah.
Thank
God. But you paid for everything.
I paid for everything.
And it's also about like, now I'm at a place in my life. I can go out to dinner a few times a week. I can book a trip. I can, I'm not like a fucking millionaire, but like I work my ass off. It's also like a work ethic thing as well. I work my ass off to be able to do things. I'd like my partner to do the same.
Yeah. No, 100%. I think there is absolutely nothing wrong with you being a server, working like a job like that.
I was a
absolutely
server
not.
and a nanny for years in New York. That's not what I mean.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. There's two things, which number one, like, okay, maybe you're a server, but maybe you're also going to school, like, to study for something.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You're getting
100%.
You know,
if I met a bartender who was like, I'm in school for this, or I have this podcast or this business or whatever, that's a completely different fucking story. But if you're like, I don't know what I want to do with my life.
But no, exactly like you said. I'm like, it's absolutely nothing against people like that. But yeah, I'm like, okay. For me personally, I've always been a little bit more like, especially a lot of you guys knowing, a lot of you like come from like my past of like, YouTube and whatever. Like, dude, I've had a financially stable job since I was basically 15.
Yeah,
like
100%.
So I've always been kind of like more ahead regardless. But like, I just, exactly what you said, like right now in my life, like no problem with that. You're a server. You want to do whatever. Like, good for you. I'm so glad. Hustle, do your thing, whatever. Personally, for what I am looking for right now in my future partner, I need somebody that's already established in their career.
Yeah.
Already makes the money. Already knows like what they want. On a first date, I ask, where do you want to live? And if it's not in New York City, like that's a big.
Oh, I know.
That's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Like, like that's just where I am in my life right now. That like for my partner personally, that is what I need figured out, and that is my standard.
It's an age thing too.
It is, but also because I dated a lot of guys who didn't know those, and like Big Jeans was like great, but I felt like he was still figuring out some stuff, and I was just really like establishing what I wanted to do and my future and just things, and that was another reason why we didn't align. And the fucking flower. But yeah, so. Yeah, I know exactly what you were saying.
Well, and we're also at the age, like when I met Workbay, we were 21, 22, serving together in a restaurant. That's why he was called Workbay. But we were both servers, and I was also styling and had a podcast and did content.
Yeah.
He was just a server, which is fine. Then the relationship went on, and I grew and grew and grew and grew and was able to lose that job and get a full-time job and just start fucking killing it in the industry. And he got fired from 3 serving jobs. So it was like, hey, like there's a difference here. And now that I'm 25, like I am, not to be crazy, but I'm dating for marriage. Sue me. Like I'm dating for marriage. Obviously, I'm not like wasting my time out here anymore. Like when you're 20, you're like, he'll get it together. Like he'll grow. He has all this potential. Your potential's got to be showing a little bit at 25.
No, me and Paige were actually talking about this recently because like, for me, ideally, listen, I'm not so much of like a hard ass with this, but in a perfect world, I would like to be dating somebody for at least 2 years before I get engaged.
Yeah.
When you get engaged, between your engagement and when you get married, depending on like what kind of wedding you want and all this stuff, it's usually between like a year to a year and a half of like planning, getting everything together. You also want to write out the engagement for a while, whatever. So, all of that.
Yep.
I want to be able to get married and be married for a year or two before I start a family. So it's like, okay, if I'm 25 right now, imagine I met my future husband right now. Okay, I get engaged by the time if I get engaged 2 years on the dot, 27, get married by like 28, 29-ish, maybe even like like before I turn 30, I still want like, a year or two of, marriage before I want to have kids, and I want to have kids before 35. Yeah. That is my standard. That doesn't seem so crazy that like
it's not.
My next partner, there is a very large chance that is who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with.
And that's why when I tell you I am fucking chilling when it comes to dating, I am in zero rush. Well, first of all, I am the happiest and most content and most at peace I've ever been in my entire life right now.
Yeah, me too.
That's just also a little life update. Like, I feel like y'all should know mentally where I'm at when last season ended. Not great. Okay, probably the worst I'd been. Now I'm so happy and content. I could be single for another year or two. I genuinely am so happy and good. So I'm in no rush for that next boyfriend because I do want it to be something serious.
No, absolutely. I'm in the same exact place. I feel like my last breakup that you guys witnessed was with Boy, who was like the total narcissist, cheated on me and everything. And I feel like that breakup, I didn't actually like that time of being single. I didn't get to fully enjoy because there was like a lot of things I was processing from that relationship. Like, you know, I couldn't even sleep in my bed like properly.
Yeah.
Like there was just so much like going on there that I didn't even get to enjoy being single. And then I ended up meeting Big Jeans, and me and him kind of just like fell into this thing. And I was talking to my life coach about this, and I said, even before me and Big Jeans broke up, when I was talking to her about me and Big Jeans like breaking up in the next few weeks, I said to her that I feel just very content and like so
you were
secure.
excited too, like, to like be on your own.
No, exactly, because I am the most secure that I have ever been in who I am, where I'm going, what I want in a partner, just all those things, just more than I've ever been in my life before. And so that's why now I'm like, fucking like, these are my standards. Like, you know, I don't give a fuck. Like, you gotta have the job. Like, you gotta have all these things figured out already if we're gonna get into a relationship.
Be all the things now.
Yeah.
I'm not making any fucking like exceptions.
No.
Because I'm in no rush. That's why.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I wasn't before, but like I just would like fall into things. And like now I've learned, I think the biggest lesson I took away from my last relationship is, well, and my one before that, I guess, is that love is not always enough. You can love someone and be so infatuated with them and all the things, but not enough. Like, I loved Workbay, whether I like to admit it or not. I was very, very in love with him.
Yeah.
Not enough to like have a life with somebody.
No.
And it's funny because when you and NY, I think it was the period of time between NYU Big Dick and then obviously Boy was after that. Yeah. You would always tell me that you were like secure and like happy on your own and like whatever, but like you weren't.
No.
Like you weren't. Like you weren't like you weren't like thriving during that time.
No. Oh my God, absolutely
at all.
not.
Like you like would confide in me about like feeling lonely and like stuff like that and like whatever.
Yeah.
And I think in the past when I'd been single too, I was the same way.
Yeah.
So, but now it's such a different energy and we're very much on the same wave with that, which as best friends is so nice.
No, I know. That's what I was like saying when me and NYU Big Dick broke up. I had like, you know, that whole like, you know, summer basically of being single. But yeah, I wasn't like 100% secure in like where I was, and I was confiding in you a lot about being lonely and everything. And so when I got into my relationship with Boy, it was, I always say he got me at like a time of vulnerability.
Oh my God, he got you at the I remember during that time being like, I don't know, not like worried, but I was just like, I wanted you to feel more secure and like enjoy that time because I knew it wouldn't last. But now here we are again, so it's fine.
So it's fine.
You always circle back,
and I'm secure.
And we're good. But like, I remember just feeling like, you know, I wanted you to be so empowered, and now you're the fucking most empowered bitch that I know. So
yeah, Lily knows my Riz recently has been going.
Oh my God, bro! I mean.
My aura, bro. My fucking aura.
Oh my God, it's she was single for like 2 days, and we'll get into it. But this man just like flagged her down on the street like a great guy, like a fucking catch, not like a catcall situation.
Yeah,
like a great guy. I was like, bro, I couldn't get a date for months.
No, literally, like Andrea was saying that, my life coach, she was saying that today. We were talking, and I was like telling her about like all these guys that like I have like spoken to and all the ones I'm going on dates with, and I was literally, it was just. Every guy, one after the other, I was like late 20s or early 30s, has their fucking shit together,
has
this amazing job, has their own place, like just like secure, knows what they want. Yeah. Like, and she literally said, she's like, Christina, you are finally attracting, like you're putting out the right energy and attracting exactly what you need. Yeah. Like exactly. And I'm like, I just feel so good about this. Like I've just never felt so good in it. But, oh my God, we just went on like a whole tangent as we always do on this show. Yeah. We should actually get into who we've dated since we've gotten to the breakups. We need to start with what is Cake Guy? Cake Guy? What is his? No,
I'm going to call him Mr. Birthday Cake, right?
No, we haven't done our notes, so we were going to call him Milk Bar.
Oh, Milk Bar.
Milk Bar, like the cake place. I feel like we should start with your guys.
Yeah, Christina's only been single a few weeks, but somehow already has characters.
Give me a piece of chalk. We're going to go down the line of all of your guys.
Oh, we're doing all of them?
I feel like cliff notes of all of them at least.
Oh my God.
And then it'll be elaborated.
Oh my God. Okay.
Go. All right. Well, Milk Bar.
Oh shit. Okay.
Milk Bar was the first one, right?
Yes, he was. Because I met him a few weeks after my breakup at Chris Murch's birthday party. And I talked about him on the end of the last season.
You did?
I thought episode 2 I was going to get into my second date curse. We're going to really get into it? Okay, fuck it.
No, it's the first episode. Did you read the notes?
No, I never do. Okay. Basically, I met this man. I told you guys this at the end of last season, but we're going to refresh. I met this man at Chris's birthday party at Ivory Peacock.
Milk bar.
Milk bar. Man, okay. This is embarrassing for me.
I love having a chalkboard wall.
It's crazy, bro.
I feel like we need to
No, not the penis, please. Fuck, I knew she was gonna do that. Okay.
If there's not a penis in the G&T, somewhere in the G&T studio, like there needs to be a penis somewhere.
That has to be. I mean,
we can do a vag too.
No, just leave it. Fucking hell, I hate you. We can do a vag too. It's crazy. Okay, enough. I'm done with you.
There's the vag. I do the clit on too.
Cannot. Thank you.
Okay, milk bar.
Milk bar. Okay, so basically, I think I told you guys that I met him at the end of last season, but I didn't get into like my embarrassment. So,
which is so good. This is so good.
So I was in a 3-year relationship, then I was in a 2-year relationship, and then I was just single. Okay, I was just thrown into the world of dating. I'm 24 at this time in New York, 25 now. I have no like dating experience. Like I only have like long-term relationship experience, which is good, but no dating experience. I don't know how this shit works. I just got thrown into it. So I'm at a party like a month after my breakup. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling sexy. It was like me, you, and Ryan. Like we were all out, whatever.
Yeah.
And this guy comes walking down the staircase. We lock eyes immediately. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, that's my man. Like immediately, right? So then he like keeps kind of like lingering around me and like whatever. And we start talking and we're vibing, whatever. Exchange numbers. And that was like a Saturday night. And that following Wednesday, I unfortunately remember every detail of this. We went on our first date. First date is like 4 hours long. Honestly, I've gone on a few dates this year. 10 out of 10 first date, I will say. It was amazing, right? So I'm sucked in immediately. I'm like, he got me like flowers at the end of the date. It was so sweet, whatever. And I'm like, let's fucking go, baby. I'm so back. That's Wednesday night. And he was like, Friday, do you want to go out again? And we can go out and like you can meet a bunch of my friends. And I was like, oh shit, I'm meeting the friends? Like that is crazy, okay? Give me that.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
That is a crazy thing to do. I would never... You just did that.
I did just do that.
But that was a bit of a different circumstance. That was a long time coming.
Yeah.
And you do plan on seeing him again.
I've known him for like a year and a half now.
And no matter
not
what,
like a totally
with him,
character.
you would never ghost him.
No.
Because ghosting is fucking disrespectful, okay?
Speaking of what, no.
Yeah. So what do you think happened? No, so Friday I go out with him and all his friends. I meet all the unbelievable night once again. Then me and him leave. We go do our own thing. We go to a dive bar. And I remember, I still am kind of like this now, but especially at this time for a number of reasons. I was very hesitant about hooking up or going home with a guy. Was not ready for that at all. And in hindsight, I should not have done it. But here we are. Okay, I did it anyway.
You live and you learn.
Whatever. I'm not in my hookup era. Like I'm just not like, obviously like as we were saying before. So that night we end up like, we go to this bar by ourselves, by the way, after being with his friends. We like open up to each other, like trauma dumping, like fucking going in. And I don't just do that with anyone, but apparently other men do. I've learned this year. And then I go home with him. And I think I might have cried in his room at one point about.
Yeah. Just
like,
yeah.
Am I fucking no wonder he fucking ghosted me. I would have ghosted me too. I was
At least
like,
you didn't cry during sex.
No, that would have been weird.
But you guys were like just confiding in each other and you cried.
Well, yeah, yes. And I like went home with him and I was adamant about like not hooking up and then we started whatever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Whatever. So then I leave the next day and everything was great. Like kissed me goodbye and whatever. And then like sent me a text that day. Like that was so fun. Like blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, let's go on a date next Friday. And I was like, sounds good. Whatever. Now, Sunday, that was a Friday night, sleepover. Saturday morning, I leave. Sunday was his birthday.
Yes, my favorite part of this. Lily.
Which, hey, that's a little weird timing. Like, what do you do, right? You're 2 dates in and then it's their birthday. Like, what do? You just send them a text saying happy birthday. Or you don't do shit because what are you fucking doing? But what do? I'm like, guys, obviously I have to get him a birthday cake. We hung out 2 whole times. I have to get him a birthday cake.
Can I intervene now? I'm gonna intervene. Avery's texting me and he's like, "Are you guys done recording?" He wants to hang so bad, bro. Which I totally get. I also would want to hang out.
I
with
always
us.
want to hang out.
Yeah, I do
with
too.
you.
Anyways, but let me just say, I forget what happened, but
Sue me, I'm in love.
2 dates, and Lily.
2 dates.
Lily hits me up and she's like, "Yeah, so today is Milk Bar's birthday, and I don't even know what you said. We haven't spoken or whatever, but it was going really well. Blah,
He's
blah, blah,
actively ghosting me.
Actively
ghosting me at this time.
She went though to his apartment because you guys hooked up, so you knew where he lived.
I did know where he lived.
And so she was like, "Do you think it would be really cool and cute if, because it was his birthday," this is crazy. "If because it's his birthday, I got him a slice of Milk Bar cake."
Oh no, not a slice, mama.
A cake.
Not the $90 cake.
$90
for him and all his friends to enjoy.
Milk Bar cake. Because he also, didn't he say wasn't doing anything on his birthday or something?
Yeah,
he was
he did,
doing it that weekend.
Chill vibes, yeah.
She's like, "What if I show up at his apartment and surprise him with a fucking Milk Bar cake?"
You'd have been
And
like, "Guys,
I
some
was
psychopath just showed up at my door with the fucking cake."
Oh my God. I will never forget when you texted me this. I was like, there's no way. I was like,
no
I
fucking
cannot.
way.
I was like, Lily. I was like,
I
Lily,
mean,
that man does not need a cake. He hasn't texted you back. That is so weird.
That is
Don't
the
do
weirdest.
that. Oh my God.
And you'll be happy to know I've grown since then. But unfortunately, I texted Christina and I texted my roommate Ryan. This is my favorite part. Remember what Ryan said?
No, was she hell yeah?
No, so I text Christina and I text my roommate Ryan at the same time. Now, Ryan, bless her heart, I love her to death. Okay.
I don't remember what she
When
said.
I need solidified, boy advice, straight to the point, probably what I should do, I go to Christina. You got different friends for different reasons, right?
Right.
Ryan is how do we even describe her? I don't really know.
Ryan has been working. Just know that most of the camera work behind the camera for filming in public is Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm not going to
you,
say
Ryan.
anything mean about you now. No, I'm just kidding.
We owed her. She wants it as payment for shooting things for Gin and Toxic. She wants to be taken to the Jellycat store.
Yeah, for example, that's Ryan.
Yeah, that's Ryan. That is what she wants. She does not want money. She does not want food. She wants to be taken on a field trip to the Jellycat store.
And Ryan also loves boys.
Loves boys.
More than the average
what?
person.
Don't we all? But
she's
she
a hopeless
loves-
romantic to a fault. Okay.
Yeah.
So I text Christina and Ryan at the same time. Do I get this man a birthday cake? I have Christina going, no, don't fucking do that.
Oh my God, do not do that.
And Ryan goes, who doesn't want cake on their birthday?
That is what she said.
I said, hey Ryan, should I send a birthday cake to this guy I've hung out with twice? She said, who wouldn't want cake on their birthday? So I don't ask Ryan for advice anymore. Great friend, guys. Great fucking friend.
Ryan's
for everything
crazy.
else.
She
Okay.
also, Ryan was, just another few examples of Ryan that come to mind is,
God, I love her.
We were at Lily's birthday. We met this random guy who we love now. We need a
Kevin?
nickname for him.
Oh.
I was going to say we need a nickname for him. No, I guess we could just call him by his name because he's our bestie. Kevin. Anyways, we met this random guy named Kevin.
Yeah, no, Kevin. That's his fucking name. Let's go.
Yeah, bestie for life. Anyways.
It wouldn't be my birthday party without a random.
No,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
Random. Anyways, he was there with one of those electric longboard, skateboard things.
Oh, perfect story, actually.
Right. And Ryan goes up to our best friend Fabrizio, just goes right up next to his ear, and she goes,
has met him one time.
Yeah, has
this
met him.
point.
Has met Fab literally one time. Goes up to Fab's ear and then looks at the longboard. She goes, "That looks like it needs someone to be playing with it, or that looks like it needs to be played with."
What a shame if nobody played with it.
What a shame if nobody played with it.
Yeah, she loves coming in my room being like, "Do you want to go play?"
Yeah.
I'm like, Ryan, it's 2 p.m. on a Monday.
Yeah. She also has this crazy her book concept.
Really? We're really gonna get in? Okay, let's go. Oh,
should I share that?
Absolutely.
It's so funny.
I'm obsessed.
Ryan,
these are just deep Ryan cuts right now. I'm loving
because
this.
this is the perfect example of who Ryan is. Like,
yeah, she's on a night out with people she just met, and she's like, "Who wants to hear my concept for a children's book?"
And what is it again?
It's Halloween
candy
from the point of view of the Halloween candy.
Yes.
They're like, no, don't
eat me.
Like, hello. Yeah, so that's Ryan.
Right. I can't.
She will be on the show. Don't worry.
Okay?
Oh
my God, yeah.
You've been asking for it. I hear you.
Oh, and if you watched our season 3 promotional video, she's the bartender.
Yes, she is. Of course she is. Fucking
Ryan,
course. She's one of my favorite people in the world.
Anyways, okay, so Milk
keeps
Bar.
me young.
Milk Bar.
So I didn't get him a cake. And he did ghost me.
Bottom of the pyramid.
Yes. And then he tried canceling our third date by saying he had COVID. And I said, you're lying. I know you're lying. I know you are. And then like 2 weeks later, he never rescheduled it. And I said, hey, I texted him, hey, what happened here? Or something like that. And he just sent me like one of those. It was so nice, but it was so fucking cut, you know? And he was just like, something like, I don't think we have good chemistry. Like, this isn't going to work. Turns out he met another girl named Lily, and now they're dating. So
he's dating a different Lily, which is crazy.
Tough one. And we definitely had chemistry. Call me when you're done with her. I'm kidding.
Homewrecker.
Well, you know, it's kind of been my thing these days. So
I'm
kidding. Fuck.
That reminds me of that TikToker I told you about the other day. That fucking guy that like dated Tana Mojo, and I told you that I like used to know him way back in the day when I was dating boy band, and when I was dating boy band, he was like he tried to like hit on me, and I was like, hey, I have a boyfriend, and he was like, oh, okay, call me when you break up.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
somewhat valid. No, I'm kidding. I would never say that. I would never.
You're crazy for that. Anyways, okay, Milk Bar. Who's next?
Oh, Jesus. God. I mean, we're going to need 4 episodes for this shit. I didn't know we were doing this, or I would have brought my rat boy thing.
Fuck. Okay. Should I share, like, how do we want to do
because,
this?
like, I want to tell, like, the whole King, you know who story and fucking Okay, like, we don't have that much time.
I know. Should we do it in next episode?
Yeah. I thought we were just dropping, you know, 1 story each.
Oh. Okay, 1 story each. What is mine?
Pie Guy.
Oh, Pie Guy. Okay, yeah. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Because, this episode is already getting so long.
Because we have our segments.
Because we have our segments also. So, next episode, we're going to get you caught up.
Next episode, we will do the whole fucking breakdown. Because I have about 9 or 10 characters.
No, literally. So, this episode was mostly about the breakups and introing you guys to season 3. And then 1 character. Just as a little teaser. So I'll get into my character. And then, So, my character, if you would like to write Pie Guy.
But it has to go on your side. Can you see it over there?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you guys see if I put it, like...
Yeah, they can see it.
Over here?
Definitely.
Okay. Ah! God. Okay. Pie Guy. Okay. So, we got Pie Guy. So... This is, okay, so Milk Bar, I guess this is the first guy that we each dated since being single. So Milk Bar was your first guy.
Yep.
My first guy is Pie Guy. Now,
which is such a crazy event. Like the first guy, you're just like, whoa, what are we doing here?
What?
It's crazy. Like the first date you go on out of like a long relationship. It's crazy.
No, I know. So, okay, so Pie Guy. Why is his nickname Pie Guy? We're going to get into it. So, like, this happened.
That was a fun night.
Fun night. This happened, what, like 4 days after me and Big Jeans broke up?
It was the week of.
It was
Thursday night.
Thursday night, we broke up on Monday, which was crazy. So what happened
was... I felt great about it.
I know, I felt fine about it because I told you I was already like,
okay.
Oh,
I went home with someone that night.
What?
Nothing.
You were almost with someone that
I
night?
went home with someone that night.
You did.
And that's why you were alone. Which,
we'll get to
that's
it.
rare for me. That was fun.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But, okay. So, so me... and Big Jeans broke up, whatever. Cool. 4 days later, me and Lily go out on a Thursday night because we were going to
As we do.
We
love a Thursday night.
I know, but we had the Mark Rebier or Reblier. I always fuck up his last name. You guys know the ones like, get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go. You're late to work. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I love that guy. So I got me and Lily.
The improv DJ, if you've seen him, he's brilliant.
Yes. Oh my God, he's wonderful.
So funny.
So I got me and Lily tickets to go see him, and we saw him at the Blue Note Jazz Club, whatever.
So good.
Oh my God, it was so good. So
then we went to Dylan Blanco's birthday party.
Love you, Dylan. You're getting so far ahead.
What happened in between?
All the martinis I drank.
Oh yeah, 4 martinis.
Guys, we go to this show, but before the show, me and Lily are like, let's meet up for a drink. I don't know what's gotten into me recently.
You're single.
That. I have been on this extra dirty gin martini kick. It is my go-to drink. Very fitting considering the name of the show. But I just like,
oh my God.
Lily took a sip of my martini and was like,
well, it feels ironic because like I'm probably the bigger drinker between the, like I take shots and I'm like a little wild, like whatever with drinking, but cannot drink a martini. Like that is
but
foul.
I was like that for the longest time. Like I have a very vivid memory of I ordered a martini one time when I was out with like my college friends. I took like one sip of it and was like, I need a Fruity Tooty cocktail. This is not for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the fuck happened. I guess when the frontal lobe developed, my martini taste buds also did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've been obsessed with an extra. It has to be extra dirty. Okay. Extra dirty gin martini, stirred, not shaken. That is what it is. That is the order. But anyways, so me and Lily go to get a drink. We get one drink. I have a martini. Okay, great. We go to the show. At the show, I proceed to have two more martinis. We're 3 martinis in now, and that is where the cap is. Okay. Well, that is where the cap should be.
No, it should be 3.
Yeah, that's what I said. 3 martinis.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 2.
Because then after
I'm like, no, it's 3.
Yeah, after we go to our dear friend Dylan's birthday party.
Love you, Dylan.
And at this bar that this birthday party is at, I proceed to have another martini. And 4 is where you lose me, is what we've realized after this night.
She was so gone.
I was gone.
I was like, Christina, are you there?
No. One thing about me, though, I will say, is even if I am drunk.
She doesn't like embarrass me or anything.
No. Well, yes. But I was going to say, even though I will be so drunk, I will always get myself home safe, and I will always know like what I'm doing, like, and just
I'm
very
the same way.
Aware.
We're never like falling over, messy, blackout.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a very conscious blackout.
Yeah, no, exactly. So we go to this party. Lily ends up. We were there for 30 minutes, and then you were like, "I'm going home with him." But it was set before the night.
I walk in. I said, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you're here. Am I going home with you?" He said, "Hey, so sure." I was like,
"Okay."
Then I look over and you're like talking to him, like twirling your hair, and I was like, "I have a gun."
I was so drunk. I was just like, "Hey," like whatever.
He was like, "Do both of you want to come home?"
Oh my God, he was making some weird ass comments
at his apartment. He's like, "Where's Christina?" I'm like, "Do you want me or not? Like, what's going on here?"
He wants to like fuck the duo.
So bad.
So bad. Like, oh my God, this man is ridiculous. But anyways, not the point.
I love him.
I literally was like just so drunk. I was like, whatever. Lily's like, I'm going home with this man. I go, great. I'm not going home either. But rather, I'm going to Uber myself alone to 7th Street Burger.
As you do. Okay, when you're drunk, there's nothing better than 7th Street Burger.
No.
If you visit New York, if you live here, whatever, go.
Yeah, go. It's amazing. So I decide I'm going to Uber my drunk self to 7th Street Burger. I go to 7th Street Burger alone. Okay, I go inside. I get a burger. I'm blackout drunk. I'm dressed like a hooker. And the guy at the counter looks at me and he goes, "Oh my God, you come here a lot." I was like, okay, first of all, don't call me out like that. This is a burger joint, sir. Anyways, though, proceed to get my burger. Call our dearest friend Avery. I'm like talking his ear off, drunk. Don't know what I said to him. He doesn't even remember what I said to him. Hang up, whatever. And then 7th Street Burger in Williamsburg is right next to Marta's Bakery, which is one of my favorite fucking places. They have amazing pie. Okay. And now you're going to get into why he's called Pie Guy.
I'm more of a cupcake girl.
Right. But I am a pie girl. And so I'm like drunk and I'm like, oh my God, Marta's is still open. I'm going to go get some pie. And so I go on Marta's. Man, my drunk stuff. Hello. Do you have your sour cream apple pie? Like,
I can only imagine.
So bad.
You were hammered. Like, I cannot.
And so I get this pie and I walk outside drunk as fuck, holding my pie, like calling my Uber to finally go home when this man approaches me. And cute guy, starts talking to me, whatever. He's like, what'd you get? Like at Marta's. I'm like, I got pie, whatever. We're just like shooting the shit. Anyways, he was really cute. Looked like he was in like work clothes. Like he just got out of work or something. But he asked for my number. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was drunk and I was single. And I was like, let's go, baby. So I gave him my number. And then we ended up setting up a date for like the following week. So
Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday.
So Thursday, Thursday was when I met him, and then Tuesday was the date.
Yes.
Yes. The following Tuesday was the date. So basically, first of all, I'm trying to find out what information I could before my date about this guy, because I literally met him in the street once and couldn't really find much about him because he was like private on everything. Did find his LinkedIn, but whatever.
But whatever. She stalked the fuck out of this man.
Oh, I did find his entire family on Facebook.
Oh,
I forgot about that part.
I forgot that part when you sent me a picture of his fucking cousin. And I said, hey, let's reel it in.
Because I was so drunk. Hear me out. I was so drunk when we met that I remembered him being cute, but I couldn't fully remember.
Yeah,
so I was trying to find any photo of him I could to validate myself. His Instagram profile picture, first of all, no Twitter, no TikTok. Instagram, he is on private. His profile picture is from 2016. Okay. So I'm looking, I find his LinkedIn, but it's like one of those like corny ass LinkedIn like fucking profile pictures. But I was like, okay, he's cute, like whatever.
Sounds like my dream man, to be honest.
No, right? Literally, I was like, this is a green flag. But I wanted to find photos. But still, LinkedIn was like not really doing me justice. So I go on Facebook, find him on Facebook, but he has like no photos. So I decided to just go to his friends and look up his last name to find his family. And through that, I found his mom's Facebook, I think it was. And she had like a family photo of them that was like recent. And I was like, okay, he is cute. And he looked like he came from a good family, which is also another thing very important from me. What?
And it looked like he came from a great family. I mean,
that's important to me these days. So
imagine on the date, he's like, why'd you want to go on a date with me? It's like, you look like you came from a great family. He's like, hey, so.
How do you know that? Hey, so. But, so we go on this date, fast forward. Okay, Tuesday comes around. Go on this date with him. I'm like so nervous because I'm like, LOL, I met this guy once when I was drunk. Great. Now, the date actually went really well. Like, it wasn't like, oh my God, this is my man. And I even said that to you guys after. I was like, this isn't my husband, but like, it went really well. And I was really looking forward to a second date with him because he said on the date he wanted to go on a second date. And when we were leaving the date, he was like, can't wait to see you next week. He was going on like a business trip for a few days. They love doing this. Yeah, they love doing this. Was going on a business trip the day after our date for like a few days. He's like, but I'm going to be back on Sunday. He knew I was busy till Tuesday. He's like, I'm going to hit you up, blah, 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 just not Tuesday because you're busy, blah, blah. Like, this man memorized my schedule. I was like, okay, period. And then he texted me the day after the date being like, you know, oh, I just landed in Texas because he was on his business trip. And he's like, raw dogged the flight and thought of you a little bit. Like, I had a really great time. And so I was like, oh my God, like I had a great time too, blah, blah, blah. I made a joke. Haven't heard a single word from him since.
Absolutely insane behavior, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This has been bugging me so much this year with dating. Like, I keep running into that. Yeah. It's like, why text me? Why say in the first place on the first date, oh, I want to go on a second date? Yeah. That part I take with a grain of salt. Because I actually usually say that to guys when I'm a little nervous. Yeah, you're like, yeah, totally. Like, whatever.
That part take that with a grain of salt.
The text? The thinking about you on my flight?
Yeah.
I would have been like, I have this second date in the bag.
Yeah. He could have literally said, like, you know, just made it to Texas, had a really great time with you. But telling me that you were thinking about me on your flight. And
or like, don't text me at all, I guess. Like,
yeah. Jesus. It was just like kind of weird. And I was like, oh, like this dude's totally going to ask me on a second date. And then he just didn't. Yeah. So I was like, okay. Weird,
I mean, when I brought up the guy that did that to me, like you said something like, it's kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's kind of disrespectful.
God, 1,000%.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it's disrespectful to go on a first date and kind of mutually like ghost each other. That's fine. Like ghosting is kind of like a weird one. I think sometimes it's kind of like whatever.
Yeah. If you only went on one date, like,
yeah, then it's
whatever.
fine. I do that. Like it's fine, whatever. But 2 or 3 dates in, I think it's disrespectful, and I also think it's disrespectful to after a first date like follow up saying you want to go on a second because you don't know how the other person's feeling. Like they could be pretty giddy and excited. Like you're getting excited. I was like recently this happened to me, and then for them to just like never follow up, it's like what?
Yeah, I was like, okay, weird. Once again, like I said, I was like, I don't think this guy was like my husband, but also I'm very much like a person that like I need to like make it to the second or third date to actually determine like I'm like
100%.
like I like don't like quote unquote like fall in love on the first date. It's
No,
like
never
not
that.
me. Like I can really like a guy after the first date, but like
I can feel
I
giddy.
won't know.
Yeah, but I
will
definitely
not know.
no.
Yeah, so I was like, I really need to go on a second date with this guy to like fully make a decision. Like, is this somebody that I want to go on a third date with and continue like seeing potential in? But yeah, he was, by the way, he was in his early 30s, had a really stable, good job. So this is why my life coach was like, you're attracting the right man now. I'm like, yes. He worked a finance job that like paid a lot. And I was like, lived alone. Like, I just like,
no, it's the best.
I love it. So yeah, but that was that. And that was the first guy that I went on a date with. But yeah, I've not heard from him. And honestly, I mean, if he hits me up anytime soon and is like, hey, like, what about that second date? Maybe, but like
I would do it because I'm kind of in a similar situation.
Yeah,
I would go on the second date, but I would absolutely be saying something.
I would just make a joke.
I would make a joke about it. Like I'm not like angry at you. Like we hung out one time. It's not that deep. But I would kind of just be like, long time no see. Like
yeah, I just feel
what
like
are we doing here?
I feel like
do you even
like,
want to see me?
How,
like
like how much time do you think is like normal to go by between a first and a second date?
Depending on like travel and like whatever, I'd say max 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm hitting a month this weekend. It's cooked for me, but like
no, I think like I think 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah,
like,
it's been 3 weeks since this happened to me, and now I'm at the point where if he texts me, I'd probably go on the second date, but I would say long time.
Be
no
hesitant.
see. Like
yeah,
I'd be like, what the fuck is going
exactly. On? So I don't really know, but yeah, no. So that was that. I do have other better contenders, such as
we always do.
Yeah, my number one right now is a guy from early season 2.
Oh, my number one is definitely for you. Is definitely what are we gonna call him?
Wait, okay.
Mr.
So there's. We'll talk about this in the next episode, but right now there's
Mayor.
Pie Guy, Mayor of Greenpoint. You guys know that one. The Long Island boy.
No, not him. I like him a lot.
Okay, so you're talking about the friend of a friend.
The one who should have picked me.
Lily's so mad about this.
I'm upset. Like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm just kidding.
Lily's so mad. I pulled this like
they
tall
either want,
ass.
no,
like,
he's perfect.
man.
He's perfect. There's no other way around it. He's perfect.
I don't know what his nickname is gonna be yet. He's
Mr. Timms.
I know. I'm like maybe like Tim. Wait.
There's a
yeah
reason.
Timms.
Just figure it out. Okay.
Yeah, maybe Timms.
Yeah, Timms.
Mr. Timms.
Mr. Timms or something like that.
I don't know because of like these because of the Timberland boots, but like that's a different story. But yeah, Mr. Timms.
Brunette.
Maybe we'll talk about it. But
it's always the skinny brunette.
Are you
Unless
kidding
it's
me?
baby red.
Are you kidding me? I usually am like it's always the blondes.
Oh fuck!
They always want the blondes.
No, it's always brunettes. Every guy loves the brunette.
I feel like every
but
man
they all have a soft spot for a redhead.
I have always been the buffer to a blonde. I've always been the buffer to a blonde.
Okay, that's a coincidence,
right?
Purely, I find most guys
always been the buffer to a blonde.
Grown men like brunettes
and redheads.
Well, of course, and they have a good little palate on them. They love a little redhead, a seasoned palate.
A seasoned,
if you will,
redhead palette. But whatever. Anyway.
So
yeah, but all
he's
the
not into it.
Yeah, no, but all the.
I'm so over it. I don't even care.
We connected over our love for Quinn 92. So
whatever. That's not my man.
That's not your man. That's not my man. No, but this other guy. No, but my number. Okay, maybe to Lily, that's number one in the list. I didn't even go on
my number one of her.
Rewind. Because I didn't even go on the date with him yet.
Oh, yeah. No, we met him once. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. That's all I needed, baby. That's all I needed. I'm going to message him right now and be like, it's not too late to change your mind.
Lily, people are going to take this seriously.
Oh, boo-hoo. I am fucking serious. That's my man.
If it doesn't work out, I'll pass him down.
I'm going to let him figure it out. No, I'm on another one in that friend group already.
You're like, you're just the buffer to the redheads.
You're the buffer to the redhead now. Well, no, I already have, like, the guy that I was just referring to, but the first, second date situation is already in that friend group, so I'm good on that.
What?
Yeah. I met him at the birthday party for...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Wait. Why? Is he like a big deal now?
Is he a big deal now? What do you fucking mean by that? What do you mean?
We're
the guy I saw at Pony Boy.
Oh, wait, that's not.
Not who you thought about.
Oh my God, no. I was thinking about the Hawaiian boy.
Oh, no, I don't have feelings for him.
That's why I was like, is he a
him.
big deal now?
If you're listening, I love you and I will be seeing
that's
you
so
soon.
funny.
But I don't have feelings for you. Sorry.
It's so funny for me to be like, is he a big deal now? He's gonna like listen to this and be like, damn, what the fuck? I'm so sorry. I also love you and
love
adore
you so much. You're so attractive. You're so attractive.
You're hot.
No, but I'm the other one.
Yeah, no. Lily's number one is Mr. Timms. My number one right now is the mayor of Greenpoint, but we're going to have to get into that in the next episode. So this episode was mostly about the breakups and just giving you guys a taste of the first man that we dated since our breakup. But
I've like met a lot of your characters other than Pie Guy. Like, damn it, I wish you could have met some of mine. You would have understood so much more, bro.
Yeah. We got to start you got to start bringing them around for funsies. I have to start showing up at the bar like the last 30 minutes of your guys'
Most
dates.
of them are abroad, unfortunately.
This is true. Lily has...
I love a British man. I love it. I just love it.
That's also like Fab was making fun of me the other day saying that... because originally I was like, I don't have a type. And Fab is like, you love a man with a mustache. And I was like... But I feel like I've talked about on this.
We all.
I know, don't we all? And I also feel like I've talked about this on the show before that my type is hairy guys.
Yeah, no.
I like a hairy man. Mustache, facial hair, body hair, arm hair.
Yeah,
leg
no.
hair. I don't care.
I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to it.
The hairier, the better. The hairier the hole, the better.
We're so back. We're so fucking back. It's not even funny.
We're so back, bro. I love a hairy man.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to it. At all.
Yeah.
But it's definitely also not my forte. But that's okay.
Also, you are so right. Now rereading the notes, we definitely weren't supposed to talk about every single guy today. So you were so right in that.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
Because how am I supposed to tell?
No, I know. There's so much lore.
Hello? I went to another country for a minute. We're getting there.
Stay tuned for episode 2. But I'm sure you guys will be thrilled to hear how we're going to end our first ever episode of season 3. Guys, we're bringing back Toxic Confessions.
Hell yeah, baby.
You guys know that we used to do... Season 1, we did Toxic Thing of the Week and we did Toxic Confessions. And then we ended up taking away Toxic Confessions and replacing it with Gin and Tips. But we thought it would be, a little nostalgic, a little fun because the girlies have been fiending to tell us their crazy toxic stories.
Y'all are wild.
Yeah, you guys are crazy. We've been getting DMs from you guys.
I've been getting DMs all year. Yeah, just being like, can you guys bring the show back? I need to tell you about how I fucked my ex and then did this and that. And I'm like, hey, so.
No, exactly. So we were
hope you guys are okay.
Right. I hope everyone's doing okay mentally. If you're not, call me. I'm a life coach.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
Bucker.
Yeah, no. So we thought we would bring back Toxic Confession. And so if you guys are watching, listening to this right now, Toxic Confession is back. So if you want to submit a Toxic Confession, please DM us on Instagram at Gin Toxic Podcast and send us your, Toxic Confession. Make sure you start your DM with Toxic Confession.
Yes, please.
In all capital letters, so it's easier for us to find.
Yes.
But yeah, we are going to kick it off today. Toxic Confession. We're going to end with just kind of I read this and I was like, oh my God. It was just kind of funny. Also, admittedly, you guys know we never have our shit together and we like forgot about the fact that we were bringing Toxic Confession back. And then a few hours before filming, I was like, oh shit. And I posted for confessions again. But this one's good. So we'll read this. And now you guys know for the future, submit them.
Yeah. Message us anytime, really, with them.
Okay. So this girly pop says, I went on a few dates with this guy and they went really well. Then we started talking about past relationships and he went on to explain how he gets ghosted so often and doesn't understand why. Then over the course of about a week after that, he starts telling me about his very serious plan to start a fentanyl empire and get rich off of selling fentanyl, and proceeds to ask if I wanted to start a fentanyl empire with him.
Dream man alert.
Like what? And then with that and a few other very weird things about him, I wanted to cut things off, but I didn't feel like communicating that to him.
Maybe call the cops.
No, right? Like,
what is going on?
But she said I didn't feel like communicating that to him, so I just blocked him on everything, except I forgot TikTok. 2 minutes after I blocked him, he messaged me asking if I had just ghosted him. I replied yes, and then blocked him on TikTok too. And yeah. And then
send me his information because I will be calling the cops.
Oh, and then she also said, I didn't even read the second message that she said. This is a funny little addition. She says, we were also talking about podcasts. I suggested Jen and Toxic to him and a few other really good podcasts, but he wouldn't shut up about the Talk to a podcast and how good it is.
Bro, what is up with straight men and this Talk to a girl? It's like kind of annoying.
Here's the thing.
At this point.
I love any woman that can
go off. It's not
profit off of men.
No, yeah. I'm all
go
about
off,
it.
Sister.
But I'm a bit odd.
Confused.
When I was in London we'll get into that later, his good friend like turned to me and was like, any chance you could get her on? I mean, this happened to us the other night too.
Yeah.
But this guy was dead fucking, this is a grown like 33-year-old British man, and was like, any chance you could like get her on the podcast?
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, so no, I'm good on that. Like,
have you ever have you listened to the show? I have not listened.
I've seen a bunch of clips from it. It doesn't seem like anything I'd really.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
cup of tea.
Good for her. It's awesome. I'm more just like, what is up with guys in this? It's very weird. It's kind of like.
I'm just like. I'm like, I don't know. Everybody has different levels of entertainment, but of course I saw like the clip that she went viral for. That's like, you got a hot tour on that thing, which I'm like, that is honestly giving G&T season 1 and 2. Like, go off, queen.
Yeah, it was like a funny thing that I scrolled right past.
Yeah,
like I was like, haha, scroll.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I don't even know. But like I said, once again, go off this. She turned into like this insane empire. I just am not understanding like the men and the lore of the men with the I don't
get it.
I don't know if it's that they think she's crazy, they want to like sexualize her because of that.
The guy that I met in London was like definitely sexualized. He was like, I would do anything for a night with her, blah 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 blah. And I was like, but then he was showing me other girls he were into that were like objectively like more like Instagram model, like baddie, whatever. And I was just like, what am I missing? I'm missing something.
I don't know. I mean, then again, obviously,
I'm not a man.
I know. But also, we get sexualized all the time for when I fucking, dude, talking about sucking dick, all those clips of me, my digital footprint goes so crazy because of the show. Are you kidding me? I have the men that sexualize me all the time, and you.
If I ever.
So I get it, but.
Yeah. Oh, you're right, actually.
I don't know. I just like, I don't know. I will say, I mean, I don't think her show in particular, I'm sure she's an amazing, such a sweet girl, whatever. Seems like she was actually, Hannah Berner was just on her podcast.
No, that's iconic.
And I did see a clip from it, and it seemed like they were having a good conversation. Like, she seems like a very sweet girl.
Oh, I've seen some clips and it seems fine. I'll give her that. She's smart. Like,
I don't understand the infatuation, but I get like whatever. I will give her so much props because the podcast name Talk Tua is genius. The branding is genius. Yeah. Like, what are the other podcast names that are like genius that I'm just like, oh my God, I love when somebody just gets it right. Like, I hate to say, but Impulsive, Logan Paul. Impulsive.
Oh yeah, of course.
Therapist.
I think Therapist is brilliant. I mean, I'm a big Therapist girly.
Oh my God, there was another one too.
I've been on my podcast shit recently.
Yeah, there was another one that was like a play. I don't even know. Even Hannah burner phone.
Oh, so good. I'm looking
so
right now.
So good. Like when people just like fucking nail it, I'm like, oh, like this is so like.
Yeah, I don't see any that are sticking out to me, but it is so satisfying when they fucking.
I know. Oh my God, there was one that they were talking about the other day that was so good. I was watching on TikTok.
Twink and a redhead.
A twink and a redhead. That's like a really good one too. But like when I'm talking like a play on words.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know, that's just like so good. What?
Drew. How do you say Drew's last name? Drew.
I know.
I don't know how to say it. I love her. I listen to like all her podcasts.
Yeah.
But she's just dressed up as a Teletubby in this. Like, hello.
Wait, did you see that Tiff dressed up as a Teletubby the other day? On her story.
Hello.
Dude, Tiff got posted. You guys remember Tiff Barra from, was she season 2? I think so.
Yeah, she was. And she's also
Wait, let me see if it's still on her story. Dude, she got posted on What is New York because someone recorded her crossing the street in a Teletubby costume. It was so, wait, Perfect. It might still be on her story. That's Tiff. In the heels in the Teletubby.
Oh, not her just walking around. She's such an icon.
She put it on her story and she said, Monday morning, go get your coffee and get this bread. I'm crying.
That's like Christina Core, I feel like.
No, literally. Oh, so Halloween's coming up, guys, and then we're going to wrap up this episode. This is the last thing I will say. If anybody wants to join me, I will be half of the Lonely Island. Specifically when the Lonely Island was Andy Samberg and Justin Timberlake doing the song Three-Way.
I mean, like,
nobody wants to partake.
My, like, outfit. I'm being Avril Lavigne, okay? I already have my outfit to wear, like, out, and, like, that's the one that I really want to get, like, pictures in and stuff.
Yeah.
I will do it if we want to make, like, do, like, a bit in it and stuff.
You should. It would be so good for
No, I'll 100% do it, but, like, for, like,
Please?
Kelly's party and, like, the nights out, I'm going to wear Avril Lavigne.
What a shame. What a shame.
Sue me, okay?
Lily
they wanted me to be Augustus Gloop. I fucking hate you guys.
I was supposed to be Charlie XCX and the Dare with my friend Ben, but now he's not going to be able to come to New York anymore. I really wish you were still doing Charlie. I know, but I just like, I don't know. I'd rather do something like funny if it's not like a group, like, I don't know, like that, whatever. But, and I was making so many jokes about being the Lonely Island for fucking weeks, bro. Specifically, the Three-Way music video where they're in the colorful, like, overalls and the sunglasses with the fucking goatee and everything. They're like, yeah. I'll
do it for a bit if you want to like film some bits in it.
Oh my God, maybe. Could be good.
Yeah. And then if someone else wants to wear it to the party with you, that's fine.
Yeah. Jinx, your mom says hi. Oh wait, no, it's your mom says hi. Jinx. Yeah.
So many people will have no idea what you're talking about.
It's okay if it's in a three-way. It's not gay if it's in a three-way.
What's the other song
in the middle, then there's
Lonely Island did? We just had sex.
Oh yeah, I just had sex.
I just had sex.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a
Jizz
boat.
in my pants.
Oh my God.
Like a boss.
They had so many bangers.
Dick in a box. How could we forget?
Dick in the box.
Mother's Day.
My family used to sing that when I was a kid, and I had no idea what. And I used to sing it. I used to walk around the house. I was like 7. I was like, "You put your dick in the box."
Dude, fucking Lonely Island, bro. I'm telling you, the Three-Way. You know the song Three-Way by the Lonely Island, but that I've been referring to this whole time that I want to dress up of. You know that's Andy Samberg and Justin Timberlake
I'm aware.
Featuring Lady Gaga.
Yes. That's crazy.
Hey boys, I want you both. I hope that's cool with you. Whatever the lyric is. I know most guys won't freak together, but they forgot about the golden rule. It's okay if it's in a three-way.
Yeah, she gets fixated on things, and there's nothing you can do about it. But wasn't I just had sex with Akon?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And then I'm on a boat was
so good.
I think I'm on a boat was with T-Pain.
Yeah. Don't forget.
Oh my God.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a boat. Everybody take a look at the motherfucking boat. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Unfortunately, I know every fucking jizz in my pants.
I'm going to be more like
from across the room.
Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? See the Avril Lavigne is such a good costume. Fuck off.
Yeah. No, it's going to eat like it did with your Christina Aguilera costume.
I love a little pop star moment. But I'm going to go emo. But I want Avery to be My Chemical Romance because then we'll both be like emo. It'll be hilarious. Anyway, thank you for tuning in.
If anybody's watching and lives in the New York City metropolitan area and
Halloween
wants
will be
to
over.
twin with me, hit me up. We're going to a holiday party. We're going to a Halloween party on November 1st because it's going to be that weekend.
Yes, Halloween will be over. Thank you.
I'm going to bring a fucking toxic with me to that Halloween party. And we're both going to be there in the fucking glasses and the gold chain. Like, yeah. No.
I'm sure you fucking will. We've been hanging out with our fans recently. So.
Yeah. Anyways.
I am quitting the show. That's really what we came here to tell you guys today. Christina's singing Lonely Island and Drew.
I don't know why you don't want to be Augustus Gloop. Augustus Gloop shall not be harmed.
This is, guys, every single year for Halloween, I'm something stupid and funny. And I was like, you know what? For one, I'm not even doing something sexy. Like my costume, like Avril's look isn't sexy.
It has to be hot this year.
No, I'm not. It's not even hot. I'm wearing baggy camo pants. But Fabrizio texted in our group chat, our friend the other day, and was like, Lily, what if you were like sexy Augustus Gloop and you just like put chocolate all over you? And I was like, hey, so no. But
I'm
also,
going to be wearing a full fake goatee and everything that day. Best believe it.
I wore a diaper around East Village, so you know what? I've done it all.
I'm going to look like a man. And then I'm going to pull, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to pull somebody with that mustache.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm going to be like,
I might whip out the
what I
diaper
look like
again.
without this mustache. My mustache is literally going to be just like a bunch of eyeliner. Just like.
It's kind of good.
Yeah. Enough.
Emo Lily's going to go hard. I'm ready.
Hey, you. I don't like your girlfriend.
I don't like your girlfriend.
No way.
Guess you need a new one.
Hey,
we have to end the episode.
I don't like your girlfriend.
2 hours.
Na. Anyways. Yes, so delicious.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Gin and Toxic.
Thank you, guys.
Streaming on all platforms. I don't know how to do this part.
Oh my God. Thank you guys for listening to today's episode. First episode of season 3. We're so back. Make sure to go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Gin Toxic Podcast. DM us your toxic confessions on Instagram at Gin Toxic Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at Beauty Chickie. You can follow Lily on Instagram at Lily Stewart, 2 Y's. Never forget it. And
TikTok Lily Stewart 4 T's. Thank you.
we have to figure that. Wait, why is there no Lily Stewart with 2 Y's?
Taken.
We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
Because that's not.
I'm getting my lawyer involved again.
Your ex.
Don't tell them that part.
Her ex is a lawyer. Anyways, but yeah, make sure to go follow us on all those, and we will see you next Wednesday as we always do.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
2 hours.